I love Swipefile, by the way. I always use that as a reference.
You use Swipefile?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Have you seen it lately?
I mean, I saw it maybe a few weeks ago.
I've hired a partner with a developer, and we started adding stuff. So Swipefile has been around for like 6 or 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the domain a long time ago, and I use it mainly.
It's a good domain.
It's a great domain. Swipefile is where you collect marketing and stuff.
I knew of Swipefile, and I didn't even realize for a while that it was yours.
Really?
Yeah.
I decided to just make it free and not tell people it was me for the longest time. Now that's a
boss move.
But ultimately
it's the hair, man. You're just making these big moves, big hair, big moves.
What do you use it for, by the way? I'm just totally curious.
Well, whenever I am like making a new landing page, or I am making maybe an email sequence of some sort, I have so many references saved.
Uh-huh.
And so on my Google Chrome, I have folders for copy, cool websites, whatever. Uh-huh. And Swipefile, I think, is in my copy folder. And so I'll just like open up a bunch of tabs so I can just kind of prime my brain on like, okay, what's some good copy here? What are some good references? I have stuff on Pinterest. I have stuff on My Mind. I have stuff on Swipefile. And then I look at all that stuff and then kind of go, okay, I'm going to go make my landing page now or whatever.
Yeah. It's funny. That is the exact concept of what Swipefile is, because we write copy with so many people. And it's like, we want to make a landing page and we go like, let's try to get an idea. So we'll go to the landing page section. These are all landing pages I've literally collected myself, so I kind of know them. And we're like, oh, that's the style, like 12 reasons to buy X. And like, okay, boom, that's the idea. Get off Swipefile. We're done. Like it served its purpose.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the purpose. It's hard to explain to someone that doesn't create a lot of content, the purpose of Swipefile, but marketers tend to really like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's important with any copy and really like anything, but when it comes to copy, it's like you always want to stand on the shoulders of giants, right? So you have references there from like Ogilvy or Joseph Sugarman or like the best ever. And then specific types, whether it's, like a blog reference or an email or an ad they've done from back in the day. And so you might as well stand on that to then create your creative versus just like off the top of your head, just making something up.
Well,
At least that's my style.
My problem with Swipefiles that I would find before was it was all old stuff, right? It was all like, here's a Gary Halbert 1975 newsletter. I'm like, well, we live in a different era.
Yeah.
Like Gary Halbert didn't have a phone. Yeah. He didn't have a video on his phone, right? So it's like Gary Halbert would have updated his methods.
Right.
And so that's why Swipefile was born, because like a modern digital Swipefile.
And how often are you adding new stuff to it?
There's currently 3 a day that go, and we have a hopper that's always full. So there's 3 a day, between 3 and 10 times a day. And by May, we'll actually have 10 pieces a day. But here's the thing. I hired someone in the past to just add a lot of stuff. The goal is not to add a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want Swipefile examples or email examples, go to Pinterest, go to Google Images. There are billions. Go to Facebook Ad Library. You will find an endless supply. The goal is not to show you 10 million things. It's to show you like 3 things that you really like.
Nice.
Or just 3 scrolls of a page, and then you go, oh, that's an interesting idea. For example, like when I've hired people in the past, they'll just collect old ads. And I'm like, that's cool, but there's other things that you draw inspiration from. So for example, I'll go and see a billboard and be like, oh, that's so interesting. And then you get this idea of how to relate that to something that you're doing. Like I said, it's difficult to describe to people that don't make content, but like when you see some totally unrelated idea and you go, oh, that would be cool. Or you see a pop-up ad that has like an interesting title and you're like, oh, I could use that for my homepage. So that cross-pollination of ideas is where it's at. So what we've been doing with Swipefile is I'm the main editor still, and that will probably change soon, but we'll put my commentary on it. And then we have AI commentary, which is getting really good. The AI commentary, I've actually stopped writing as much content because the AI commentary gets it right better and can do a lot more things now. And so we have I can show you off this call whenever. There's some cool stuff coming around the corner on that.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's growing really fast. We also do a thing where people who want to be authors on there will go take all their best stuff and publish it. And then I determine what goes on the site. So there still is like a sensibility of like, this all passes through Neville, but at some point that will probably have to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to change.
Yeah.
Because it's actually really easy to review stuff and be like, this is good, this is good, this is good.
Yeah, exactly. And the question is just, sometimes I find with these things too, it's just like, how do you just make your job easier, but keep you as the creative director of it? I feel like sometimes like they'll quickly lose their magic a bit, depending, but it's hard. Like, I mean, you're one of the best copywriters out there. So suddenly it's not getting like that, like really exquisite, like curation. And I feel like that's so important, especially for that,
I think it's about taste. Like what the taste is the crucial thing. The thing I've been really good with Swipefile about, that me and the developer are good about, how do we automate everything that sucks? So like if I have to
that's good.
Okay, here's an example. File names. For SEO, long-term reasons, if I'm going to post a picture of Matt Gray at a podcast studio, I'll name it, I'll get it on my desktop, call it Matt-Gray-podcast-studio, filming-Neville, whatever, then upload it. That took me a few seconds of time and thought.
Yeah.
And that's really annoying when you're doing this 100 times in a row. That's a lot of effort. So we're like, how do we automate this? And then we create a way to automate it to where that's not even a problem anymore. And you're like, oh, well, now posting 14 things a day is actually not as hard as it used to be. Hey, it's Neville Medora here. You might be wondering what Swipefile is, and it's actually a modern swipe file for digital marketers, copywriters, and business owners. And a modern swipe file includes actual print ads. However, it also includes videos, includes podcasts, it includes advice, quotes, and all sorts of things that I collect from digital mediums and put them on swipefile.com. So back in the days, marketers would have a literal file where they'd tear out letters and print ads and magazine ads and put them in a file and get inspiration from them. However, the digital equivalent is click through different sections of this site and you'll go, oh, that's a cool way to advertise this. And maybe you'll see a watch advertisement and apply it to your dog food advertisement. Or maybe you'll see a cool before and after photo and be like, ooh, I can use that to promote my product. And so swipefile.com is for you to freely use and hopefully share, and then click through it to get ideas whenever you need. Also, did you know we have a swipes email newsletter? Every Friday it goes out and we take some of the best swipes here and put them in there and elaborate on them. So go to swipefile.com/newsletter and sign up, and every Friday you'll get that email. And I hope you use Swipefile. Anytime you're stuck on something or need some ideas or need some inspiration, come to Swipefile. It's updated daily and you'll see new stuff all the time to give you ideas for your own business.